Hi fam, welcome back to my channel. I just did my 41st trip around the sun and I have never felt better. Want to know my secret? Today, I'm going to share them with you. And as always, timestamps and links are there for you in the description. So with that being said, let's get to it. Everyone knows the 3 non-negotiables for living a healthy life. Eat right, exercise, and always get enough sleep. When it comes to nutrition, most doctors agree that a Mediterranean diet is the best. It emphasizes plant-based foods, whole grains, and healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, while limiting red meat, processed foods, and added sugars. This is the way that I mostly eat. I'm not gonna lie, I treat myself from time to time. Actually, that statement should be, I cheat myself from time to time, because eating poorly is not serving you. I'll add a side note about drinking, and while I won't get too much into this, I did do a full video on that topic, so I can link that for you at the end. But to avoid ruining your sleep, you should stop drinking at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. This, as noted in the Sleep Foundation guidelines, allows your body time to metabolize the alcohol, reducing disruption to REM sleep and preventing fragmented, lower quality sleep. So enjoy that happy hour. Just cut yourself off when they jack those prices up. When it comes to sleep, most healthy adults require 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep a night. That's how much it takes to maintain optimal health, cognitive function, and safety. More is fine if you're feeling under the weather. Let's talk exercise. Exercise is good for every fiber of your being, and as long as you're doing it, great. But one should note that lifting heavy is superior for building maximum strength, increasing bone density, and boosting metabolism and improving hormonal health. By forcing the body to adapt to high resistance, it recruits more type 2 muscle fibers, leading to increased muscle mass, better injury prevention, and higher calorie burn long after your workout's finished. Sidebar, you won't need to pay extra for those research-only peptides to produce more growth hormone, because by lifting heavy, you'll naturally be producing more growth hormone as well as IGF-1. Maintain a tight social circle. It doesn't have to be large, but research indicates that strong social relationships can boost your likelihood of survival by 50%. Conversely, loneliness and social isolation carry health risks equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Find your ikigai. Ikigai, which roughly translated from Japanese means a reason to live. A meaningful life helps regulate stress hormones, lowering cortisol levels, and reducing the risk of chronic conditions like cardiovascular disease. Contributing to a community also staves off cognitive decline and depression. These 5 things are the foundation of your health, and if you skimp on these, there's little you can do to make up for it. All the supplements and treatments in the world are not going to help you if you don't do the basics. However, if you do want to enhance your foundation, I got a few things you can try. First, let's talk supplements. I take IM8 every single day because instead of taking dozens of pills a day, I get what I need in one delicious drink. IM8 has over 90 NASA scientist-backed ingredients to serve you. I also use Symbiotica for their liposomal glutathione. Liposomal is important here since glutathione won't survive the digestive process. This sachet comes with an added dose of PQQ and CoQ10. Fatty 15 is a vegan award-winning supplement. It is science-backed to slow age-related breakdown in our cells. It strengthens our cell membranes, it boosts our mitochondria, and it promotes mind and body health. Essential fatty acids are called essential for a reason. Lastly, I have creatine in my stack. Creatine helps to regenerate ATP, which promotes an enhanced athletic performance as well as brain function, especially during stress or when you're sleep deprived. If I'm ever feeling like I need a little pick-me-up with my mood or I'm struggling to sleep, I take 5-HTP, which has been proven to help with sleep quality, mood, and well-being, and bonus, appetite suppression. I always add extra magnesium since most people are deficient in this, but this is especially true if you're on hormonal birth control. I'm going to touch on peptides, but only a little bit. While not all peptides are created equal, using a reputable brand with the guidance of a doctor can help you on your journey to the fountain of youth. I see a lot of people pushing peptides lately, and they are great, but you should be warned that there are a ton of horror stories out there too. These cases are more often than not tied to unauthorized gray market usage. Injuries can range from mild to major, with hormonal disturbances and diabetes being on the higher end of the spectrum and allergic reactions being on the more mild end of the spectrum. While peptides are finally on the forefront of our agendas, they still need to undergo vigorous human trials to establish safety and proper dosage protocols. Semaglutide and tirzepatide are both FDA-approved peptides that have undergone vigorous testing and well considered mostly safe, even those have their risks. However, for perimenopausal women, this peptide could be a godsend. It's at this stage in a woman's life when estrogen decreases and our bodies start making less of GLP-1. So supplementing with one of these options might be just what the doctor ordered. Just make sure that it is in fact the doctor's order and that you're obtaining your peptides from a reputable source under the supervision of a doctor. I know there are a myriad of different peptides out there, but I will not be touching on them today because until they are FDA approved, there is no 100% safe way to consume these products, and I care about your safety. NAD, however, is not a peptide. It is a coenzyme and readily available through doctors and IV clinics. NAD levels are half what they are at 20 years of age when you get to be around 40 to 50, depending on how well you've taken care of yourself. The goal with this and any other peptide supplement is bringing your levels back to a normal range, not too much and not too little, just right, like Goldilocks. This is why having doctor supervision is so important, because too much of a good thing can be just as bad as having too little. Now let's talk lasers and injections. I started my journey with fillers and injections at a pretty young age. I haven't done any recently though, and I did that deliberately just so you could see my natural face. As you can see, I can move it. My thoughts were, you can't get wrinkles if you can't move your face. I started Botox in my early 20s, but currently I use Dysport. I started using lasers around the same time. I've used Fraxel, Pixel, and Morpheus 8. I have also tried IPL, which is like intense pulse light. And that basically gets rid of sunspots and broken capillaries. And I probably needed those treatments due to the many indiscretions I had when I was much, much younger and using tanning booths. But do as I say and not as I do. Don't use tanning booths. In regards to filler, I used to fill my lips, but I don't anymore. The problem with fillers is they can migrate, especially in your lips and especially if you're overfilling them. And then you can kind of start looking like a bit of a Simpson, like nobody wants that. So basically, when I started dealing with the migration issues, I decided to opt out of filling and I just got a lip lift and called it a day. It is so important to remember that anything you fill is going to need to be filled indefinitely. Otherwise, you'll end up just looking deflated. And I've seen a lot of blowfish looking girls out there who go a little wild with the filler. Please don't let that be you. That being said, if at some point I start to lose volume, I probably would fill my cheeks in a bit with Sculptra and I would just laser tighten everywhere else. But at the moment, I'm blessed. And one of the reasons why I might be blessed is because of OneSkin. This magic in a bottle is courtesy of years of innovation and the OS01 peptide. This peptide prevents senescent cells from releasing pro-aging factors, so we can prevent healthy cells from becoming zombie cells, which contains the spread of senescence and slows down aging. Now, if only they could make this into an oral tonic. This product is so much more than just a moisturizer. It is a topical supplement. I will admit that when I first started using it, I was not in love with this product. It didn't smell great, and I did get like little bumps all over my face. And I guess because I just jumped into the routine a little too aggressively, you should kind of ease in, use it every other night or so until your skin adjusts. So be warned if that happens to you, stick with it. Eventually it will be perfectly normal, I promise. Another device that I use is the Nira laser. It's a handheld device that you can use in the comfort of your own home. This device uses non-fractional laser technology to spark your body's natural healing process, remodeling existing collagen and stimulating new collagen. This FDA-cleared device is made in the USA. It comes with a 2-year warranty and a 90-day money-back guarantee. Okay, on to the next. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which I'm just going to call HBOT for short. HBOT is a medical treatment where you breathe 100% pure oxygen inside a pressurized chamber. The high pressure forces oxygen to dissolve directly into your blood plasma, bypassing red blood cells to deliver much needed oxygen to damaged tissues. This treatment is often used for treating wounds, cancer patients, and the bends, but some off-label uses came to light after clinical studies. HBOT can increase telomere length by 20% and reduce senescent cells. Increased oxygen delivery and blood vessel creation naturally stimulate collagen production, improving skin texture and reducing wrinkles. The elevated oxygen levels can enhance cerebral blood flow, potentially improving memory and cognitive processing that often declines with age. Now on to red light therapy. Red light therapy uses low-level wavelengths to penetrate the skin, stimulating cellular energy and boosting collagen and elastin production. It is highly regarded for smoothing fine lines, improving skin texture, and reducing inflammation. Clinical studies indicate that consistent usage can lead to a 20 to 36% decrease in wrinkles and an increase in skin firmness. These results can be amplified when combined with near-infrared light. Consistency is key here, but don't overdo it because overuse can hinder collagen formation and cause inflammation. Okay, now we're on to saunas. Regular sauna use is strongly linked to a longer lifespan and better heart health. A 20-year study by the University of Eastern Finland shows that sauna bathing 4 to 7 times per week can reduce all-cause mortality by up to 40%. Saunas mimic moderate aerobic exercise, significantly lowering blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and the risk of sudden cardiac death. Exposing the body to high heat triggers the release of heat shock proteins, which protect and repair damaged cells. Long-term studies associate regular sauna use with a sharply reduced risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Choose a traditional sauna if you prefer a classic, intense, sweat-inducing hot room and want the authentic cultural experience with the option for steam. Choose an infrared sauna if you are sensitive to high heat and want targeted muscle relief at a more comfortable temperature. Infrared light waves penetrate deeper into skin and tissue, but the ambient air is significantly lower, so many find this experience more tolerable. No matter what choice you make, as your temperature rises, you're triggering detoxification, muscle recovery, and calorie burn. The last secret that I use are vibrational plates. Vibration plates have been shown to aid in muscle recovery, bone density, and improve circulation. I typically try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'll do my vibrational plate therapy whilst I do my red light therapy. I've got one last tip for you. And this one might not concern you if you're part of the itty bitty titty committee, but if you are more well endowed or you have implants, then please listen to this one. You need to invest in a proper sports bra if you are going to be doing high impact sports or high impact classes or running, because I'm sorry, but these dinky little straps are not doing anything for you. So unless you want your boobs to look like baseballs and socks, then get a bra that works. This one is by Prairie Wear. It's also Ocotech certified, so it's kind to you and the planet. And that's a wrap on sustaining yourself. I really hope that you learned something new. And if you did, please like and subscribe so that I can carry on making content for you. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, if it's good for the planet, it's good for you too.